What's up, Fig fam? Welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel. And today we're going to be doing a special episode of Ask Heel Anything on my Instagram. I posted a story and asked you guys to submit questions for me to answer, and I'll give you a nice little shout out on the video. I got all the questions right here, a good amount of them, so we're going to try and get through them. But it is brought to you by the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to heelbooks.com and pick up your copy today. 400 plus pages, a picture for every figure, every basic, every elite, every ultimate, every AEW, TNA, GCW, independent toy makers, major wrestling figure podcast, NJPW, you name it. If it came out in the modern era from 2010 to present day, it's in this book, and you should pick it up as a modern collector. A great coffee table conversation piece. Now, got a few pages here of questions you guys asked me. I'll be honest with you, I did not read them, so I did not prepare for these questions. That's a good thing because everything's on the fly, but it's also a little worrisome to me as a content creator, because if somebody asks me a question and I'm stumped by it, it could be a little awkward silence, right? So we're going to get right into this. I'm going to go right down. Some of these names have been cut off from Instagram, so if it's cut off, I apologize, but I am going to shout you guys out. So this is Undisputed Figure Collector. Says, how long have you been collecting wrestling figures? Well, that's very simple. Okay, my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, my very first toys were WWF Hasbro's. I was born in 1988. Obviously, I had baby toys and such like that, but these came out in 89. And these were the first real toys, not baby toys, like real toys that I had. And I remember them. I remember my dad coming home with Rowdy Piper, a Minton card. I remember him hiding it under his shirt, and like, oh, look what I found. He was holding something like, oh, my stomach hurts, and took it out when he came home from work. And I just remember that memory, and I had to be 2-3 years old. I have been collecting these since I was literally a baby, and I just never stopped. Hasbro's, through Bendoms, OSFTM, all the way through Jax, ECW. I just never stopped. I've always loved wrestling figures my entire life, and I'm committed to it at this point. This is something that I just don't ever see me stopping. So, from autograph_figure_dude, what was your hardest to find figure in the collection? I've talked about this a lot. I'm a huge bone-crunching action figure fan, and there are two exclusive, I should say, mail away Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania 15 figures. Now, if you collected, I want to say Series 7 maybe, there was like a little card underneath in the bubble, and once you opened up a figure, you take it out, and it would say whether or not you won. It would say yes or no, you win. Finally, I got one, mailed it off, and I got in the mail a Stone Cold Steve Austin tank top cut with the jeans mold, and it had a blue WrestleMania XV logo on it. But there is a very rare gold one, and I'm not talking about the KB Toys t-shirt mold. Different figure. I have that, plenty of that. Those were plentiful in Canada and the US. I'm talking about the mail-away, and it's very hard to find. I finally got one after all these years, and I'm still looking for a sealed one in bag, and guess what? It's been years, and they haven't seen a single one pop up. They're very, very rare. I honestly think it was an error. I think it was a factory error, because they were producing two different types of Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania 15 figures, and I think that on accident they printed a few with the gold logo, which was supposed to be for the KB Toys exclusive. So that was my hardest to find. I finally got one, but I'm always on the hunt for more. Another one from Autograph Figure Dude. He said, favorite figure in the collection. My favorite figure in the collection is the hand-painted resin prototype Rocky Maivia in the alternate pose from the BCA Series 5 line that's featured on the back of the box. My favorite piece that I own. Autograph_Figure Dude again. Who do you want in the collection that you don't have, Mattel has not made yet? Honestly, my biggest want from Mattel has been headbangers for years. That was, anytime someone would say, oh, what do you want to see this San Diego Comic-Con? What do you want to see at this WrestleMania? What do you want to see at this Ringside Fest? It's always been headbangers, and I don't have them in the collection yet, so I'm going to say it's still the headbangers Mosh and Thrasher in elite form. When did you first start collecting figures? I just answered this, so it's been since my whole life, since I was literally maybe like 2 years old. From Dom.A.11. What's your most expensive figure in your collection? That's very hard. It's a good question. Like, are you talking about the most expensive figure that I've spent money on, or the most valuable figure? I would say the most valuable figure is that hand-painted resin prototype BCA Rocky Maivia figure, because it is the hand-painted resin prototype of one of the most famous wrestlers in the history, famous people in this world right now, his first ever figure. And I have been offered a lot of money for it. That's how I know that it is the most valuable, because I have people that are ready to buy it. Being the Elite Collector, 3 re-releases you would like to see. Man, that's tough. There's so many good figures, but there's none that I'm like, oh, I need that re-released. I don't have an answer for you on that one. I really don't. They would have been SCS Punk. They would have been Defining Moments Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I guess I could throw in there Defining Moments Rock. So maybe that's one. But yeah, I mean, when they started re-releasing things, I said, I hope they do the Defining Moments Stone Cold. I hope that they do SCS Punk. So that's 2 of them right there, and we already got them. I think anything of value at this point is going to come out. So you don't really want to, don't go crazy spending money on elites anymore. Good Brother Figs says, best raffles on IG. That's easy. It's Good Brother Figs. That's where I got my Defining Moment Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hasbro Daft _collectibles. If you were only allowed to keep one line of figures, what would that be? Hasbro Elite. Ooh, man. It would be between, it's going to be tough for me to pick, but it would be between Hasbro's and BCA's. And it's probably going to shock some people. I got to go BCA's. I was definitely a Hasbro kid, but when BCA's came out, I mean, this was in the height of my fandom, the Attitude Era, and I absolutely loved playing with these figures. They were so playable, and I had so much fun in my monster ring with all the different figures. I got to go BCA's. Pib _op. Chances the NWO Wolfpack figures get a re-release, I would say very likely. Peter Saban 1998. What's your favorite wrestling figure you keep in the package? That would probably be my green card 1-2-3 kid Hasbro figure, because it's a figure I never had as a kid, and I always wanted it. And 3 Christmases ago, maybe 4 Christmases ago now, maybe even more, my dad shocked me with it. Absolutely shocked me with it. It might have been 2019 Christmas. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe that he bought that. Like, had me speechless, and I've never gotten a gift where I was speechless. So thank you, Dad. Tyler Scordo9. What's your favorite Elite series? Man, that is tough. That is tough. And the reason I'm looking like I am right now is because it's got to be one of the Red Box series. The Red Box was one of my favorite times in collecting because every series had multiple people. I might even have to go with, I think it's Elite Series 39. We got so many new faces in that series. Sting, Godfather, Sid. I mean, there was a lot of fun figures in that. That's probably one of my favorites. It was a stacked set. Aaron _adios. Do you stan Everglow? I don't know what that means. Elrod.Lopez. Shout out to Elrod. What's the most overrated Elite that people love, but it's not that good? I don't know. I don't like, shunning anybody else's taste in figures, but I tend to not really favor figures like, the top dogs, right? I see people who get excited about Drew McIntyre figures and Brock Lesnar figures, Randy Orton's. It's hard for me because I feel like their gear is just so simple. I'm a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, but when he comes out with a ring gear figure, I can't get excited about it. I usually tend to think the best Elites are usually the undercard or middle card guys that are only going to get one figure and they're super toyetic, Branigan Sean Branigan. Show your Hornswoggles. We have all Hornswoggle stuff. I don't really have one right near me that I can just grab, but we have plenty of Hornswoggles. Major Bendies, Ruthless Aggression, Basics, Elites, tons of stuff. Retro Style. We have them, but that's not what this was for. It wasn't for to show off figures. That's for TikTok and Reels. EW Collector underscore. Where did you get your display bookcases from, if that's the name for them? All right, so he's talking about these. These are the type of questions I like answering because I like helping you guys improve your displays, and maybe it can help you understand like how to display your stuff. So these are actually Target bookcases. Now, I wanted to get Billy bookcases from IKEA because I do think they're better. The shelves are a little bit thicker, and they're a little bit taller as well as wider, but because of the ceiling in here, couldn't fit them. I tried, wasn't going to work. I had to have it scaled down a little bit, so I went with the Target bookcases. If you have the space and you have the money in your, the ability to get as many shelves as you need, I say go Billy bookcase at IKEA. Do you have Shad and JTG? Yes, we do. Jax and Mattel. Again, that's not what this is for. This is for just like asking questions, but that was from Tev Tom __, so thank you. J Marcus 325. Who was the very first figure you ever had of everything, which is your all-time favorite? And of everything was your all-time favorite. So, my all-time favorite is, like I said, that resin prototype Rocky Maivia. First figure I ever remember having, believe it or not, is Akeem from Series 1. I'm sure my dad got me multiples from Series 1, but I remember having Akeem and loving Akeem. I don't know why. Tyler Avalanche _3. Would you do a room tour by the end of 2024, an updated one? Yes. I am currently reorganizing the room. If you could see it right now from my view, you would see a bunch of empty shelves because I'm moving so much stuff around. And thank God my girlfriend is helping me. She just redid all of the Elite shelves, so I'm thrilled about that. She's awesome. Speaking of which, she just asked a question in the next one. But yes, the toy room is coming by the end of 2024. F the Sort, Macho Fran says, how are you so handsome? I get it from my mama, Macho Fran. Thank you. Aiden _the_18 _year _old _ I'm guessing kid. It cuts off. Do you know if there'll be any more WWE figures coming out? There's going to be tons. They come out all the time, all different scales. Yes. Tom Ta Arnold. What figure gives you your childhood and adult best memory? Ooh, childhood memory. I mean, it would have to be either Hulk Hogan, Hulk Rules in the Gorilla Press Slam, or the Signature Series 1 Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Austin 316 shirt. And yes, I'm talking about the signature on the pants because I had that before any other t-shirt Stone Cold Steve Austin figure, and I played with that thing until all of the deco was rubbed off of it. He gave so many Stone Cold Stunners. My favorite, all right, right there. As an adult, man, it's probably that Rocky that I keep talking about. I love that figure. It means so much to me. Call me Fig Papa. Shout out to Call Me Fig _Papa. This is a good one for y'all. That's all it says. Sorry, Call Me Fig Papa. It must have cut off. Ram _gaming 432. Did you have the Great Khali? Yes, we have Great Khali, again, both in Mattel and Jax. CRB _scene SR. That's my man Chris. He was on Wheel of Fortune with me. So shout out to him. Big, he wasn't on the WWE ones, but he was there to be on it. But he ended up getting in on the Star Wars one. So, my man, very nice guy. Do you have any of the WWE muscle wrestlers? Also, where's my stickers? He must have asked a question for the podcast. Your stickers are definitely in the mail. Fig Vault mails those out. So he usually waits until he stockpiles a bunch, sends them out. I need the WWE muscle wrestler. I actually have all of them over here, but again, they're on the wall. I'm not going to remove them, but I'll do a post. Isaiah's Carlos _25 favorite figure. We already covered that. Pop Punk _91. What's your biggest pleasant surprise and disappointment from concept to shelves? To isolate that to one figure is very, very tough. But what I'll say is my biggest disappointment from concept to shelves, this is going to be controversial maybe for some people. It's the Monday Night War series. When they announced this, let me put it this way. years ago. I would say 2015, 2016. On the WFigs message board, I wrote to the Mattel Design team, which is Bill McKenna, and Action Figure Attack later, once he got on board with Mattel, begging for a Monday Night War line. And I said I wanted Elites, and I said you could even do a Monday Night War basic 2-packs. This is when they were basics. And you can do a WWF guy and a WCW guy, maybe like a Stone Cold and a Goldberg, and have the dates of what those figures represent. I said that for the Elites. I said have dates of what the figures represent. I mean, and we got that. It's literally it's living and breathing right now, and it is going to go on through 2026. So at least up until December 2026, we're going to be getting Monday Night War Elites at Walmart. But I think that the line is pretty lackluster. The options they have for WWF just aren't there. The figures that we're getting just, not that they're not good, but like having Lita, Razor, I just think that's kind of sucky for the Monday Night War line, because Razor wasn't exactly part of the Monday Night War. I get it. It led to it. He was in WWF, moved to WCW, and that kind of sparked the war, but I just don't think it's very fitting. Same thing with Lita. I don't think that she was like a trailblazer in the Attitude Era. I think Trailblazers, I think Sable, but obviously we can't get a Sable. I think Jacqueline, I think Chyna, I think even Trish Stratus. Nothing against Lita, because I love Lita. I think there was other people that should have been chosen before her, but that would be the biggest disappointment. Do you have Boxcar Valentine? I don't know who that is, but that's from Rick Brown 4535. Riri_Garcia 10. Advice to the beginners who want to start collecting WWE figures, all the way from the Philippines. I love this question. So, here's my advice that I give everybody. Do not collect for value. Do not put yourself in debt. Collect what appeals to you. If you see a figure, if you see a plain Brock Lesnar and you're like, man, I love this figure, it looks great, get it. Even though that might not appeal to me personally, if that is what appeals to you, get that. Don't collect for anybody else but yourself. That's what I've always done. That's why I have some crazy stuff in here, right? Not many people care about a Kimberly Page squishy. They don't. Me, I care, want it, see it, gotta get it. And also, don't go into debt. I see people asking me all the time, comment on my stuff, oh, you must be in so much debt. I'm not in any debt. I'm not. I have no credit card debt. My credit cards are completely paid off every single month. I do it literally at the end of each week. I pay off my entire credit card. If I can't afford something, I don't buy it. Now, I am fortunate enough that I am now in a place where I'm able to afford the things that I get. But at one point, I wasn't. At one point, I had to really pick and choose. Talking about the Redbox Elites. There's a lot that I had to go back and get once I had a little bit more money in my pocket. But, I would pick and choose. Oh, I want this one, I want this one. I wasn't buying every Elite. I wasn't doing that. So I know what that's like, but I never put myself in debt. I never wanted to be in debt for my entire life. So I don't do that. Do not charge these figures. If you can't pay them out of pocket, just wait. Just wait, because they might be re-released. They might be cheaper down the line. You never know. Lug_I, do you have Mordecai? Mordecai never got a figure, but Kevin Thorne did, so yes. Kenzo Suzuki, yes, we do, in the 2-pack with Rene Dupree. And Nicholas, yes, Nicholas is on display over there. But again, this isn't for that, so I'm not going to go grab them. But yes, I do have them. Fife Dog, would you be open to making more action figures of yourself beyond the Hasbro style figure? So I have a retro style fig heel figure. It's about this big, 4 points of articulation, head, arms, and torso. We only have, I think, 5 left. It was a limited run of 50 and then 5 chase variants. Yes, I am absolutely open to other versions. Believe it or not, this is a funny fact. I don't think anybody really knows besides Fig Vault. Before Rush Collectibles even started making figures, I was going to be one of their very first wrestling figures they were going to make. It was going to be like a micro brawler style one, but then that just we got like a concept art and everything like that, but then it just kind of stopped there, and they wanted to redirect to go towards the retros, which I understand. So, but yes, I'm definitely in the market for it. I have been talking about doing some more things. I would love like a elite style one, but I don't know if anybody else would want that. People seem to like the retro. They sold pretty well. I was very happy with that. But only time will tell. Ches underscore Mula underscore baby. Are from the vault figures worth buying and keeping sealed, or the older originals? Don't buy things for value. That's my thing, especially now. If you want to go retroactively buy some old stuff and be like, oh, I can see this being worth something, I understand that. But modern day stuff, no. And I would say if it's a re-release, probably not, because there's two different versions of it. I would think the original would be worth just a little bit more, but I do think that when you come out with a re-release and you have a valuable original figure, what kind of happens is they kind of meet in the middle a little bit, because that price is going to come down, right? We see it with the defining moments, Cody Rhodes, that happened. Once that was announced, those defining moments, Cody Rhodes, prices started dropping. So I would say if you like the From the Vault ones, get them to collect them, but don't get them because you think they're going to be worth something, because I'm not really sure that they will. Noah underscore collects underscore figs. Favorite action figure in the collection? It is the that Rock I was talking about, Rocky Maivia, hand-painted prototype. He also asked, favorite part about collecting? There's a lot. One of my favorite things, I love displaying. I love thinking of new ways to display. I have a few things in mind for my other room of what I'm going to do. I love organizing in different orders and different ways. Like these are ordered by series. Same thing with my mint on card ones. But other ones, like my Ruthless Aggression, are alphabetical. So it's all the A's, all the B's, all the C's. It's a little crazy, but I think it's kind of different. I wanted to do something a little different. Yeah, I just love displaying things. I love going hunting, especially with my girlfriend. I really enjoy that. I got to a point where I hated hunting, and then I met her, and she thinks it's so exciting and likes doing it, and she gets excited finding stuff, and she kind of like brought that back out of me, believe it or not. So that is another part. Meeting all of you, like I love when you guys come up to me at events and then we talk about figures and you tell me who you are. Like sometimes we see these names on Instagram and stuff, but like it's different when you put a face to the name. I made one of my best friends in the world is Fig Vault, and made that through collecting. There's a lot of things, and literally none of them come down to money, right? None of them come down to, oh yeah, I got this valuable figure, I flipped it and I made this much. None of it comes down to that for me. It all comes down to feeling, and like there's a lot of sentimental memories and value in collecting for me. So I mean, I've gotten some great opportunities. I've been able to rub elbows and become friendly with some people that I've watched my entire life on TV. It's absolutely mind-blowing what this is all created for me. I had a #1 best-selling book because of it. 3 years in a row, 3 different books. I mean, like, I'm absolutely in love with this community. I'm in love with this hobby. I'm in love with everything that goes along with it. But those are some of my favorite parts. _.Cali_X7. What is your dream Ultimate Edition figures should come in the future? Your dream Ultimate. So I think he's asking me, well, what Ultimate Edition figures do I want? I want an Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know we already got one, but I want a street clothes Steve Austin. Need it. I need it. I'm not excited. I know I said it. I'm not excited by ring gear Austins. I want street gear Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me a few different t-shirts. This is one of the biggest t-shirt sellers of all time. Give me a few different vests, right? Give it to me. It's all I want. So bad. Give me some options in that. I will buy multiple. Guaranteed. From Call Me Fig_Pop. All right, this must be his question. Taking quality and accessories into consideration, if you could get a figure of yourself made by any company, what company would it be and what style of figure? Main event, elite, ultimate, supreme. I mean, I think that goes without saying, right? It would obviously be Mattel. It would be an Ultimate Edition. I would want it to have a couple cloth goods shirts. Put me in some shorts. Give me a good head sculpt. Give me a stoic face. Give me like a snarling face, and give me like maybe a tongue out, like yelling face. Give me a couple hats. Got to have my chain accessory. And I would want to have a couple figures. So if I'm in the WWE line, give me a couple mini scale Ultimate Edition figures to hold. And also give me a cell phone, give me a camera, you know, little things like that to fit in my, I think that would be awesome. And maybe give me like the Wheel of Fortune wheel. That would be awesome. But that is all the questions, man. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for asking. There's like 35 questions right there that we just did, maybe even more. So hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We will do another one soon. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fake Heel. Twitter is at The Fake Heel. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to HeelBooks.com. I mean, this thing is updated. You'll notice it even has the Survivor Series Elites in there that are still, you know, pretty fresh and new. They haven't even hit the stores yet. I mean, this thing is up to date. A picture for every released figure, AEW, WWE, independent, you name it, from 2010 to present day, it is in here. And make sure you join Whatnot at whatheel.com, and you will get $15 off your first purchase. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace! Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition, covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium, full-color, and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Fig Heel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at whatheel.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.